Good job. You've done it, people. You accusers. You've done it. You are so lazy and scared that you can't even explain what you said to be quote unquote true. You just keep saying, oh, this person said it, that person said it, this person said it, that person said, stop your lying, Sonic93, stop this, stop that. And that automatically means you're telling the truth? No, it doesn't. That's projecting right there. And that's you gaslighting and playing sides. That's favoritism. So I made this meme right here, and I'm gonna tell a message behind it. It has to do with this video I'm gonna go over. There's an accusation that Sonic93 made a death threat, as well as her quote unquote fabricating an image or whatever, so no one sees everything or whatever. So I'm gonna dive into that. Taking different screenings with similar messages automatically means you photoshopped the same image. Now can I take your job as prosecutor? Dear Lord, my entire sanity has just become profoundly objectionable. Bruh, the logic of every tryhard shouting, notice me senpai, at me, then multiplying like baby's kids when I ignore them just to make me the bad guy to get even more attention is objectionable. This whole Sonic93 situation is fucking objectionable because so many liars jumped in. Like this was Super Smash Brothers. Sonic93 edition. Everyone is here. No, you're not. Get out. But geez, when it comes down to this, Kiryuuuu has said that Sonic93 had edit or photoshopped an image. Yeah, I'll get to it. Photoshopped the image to not show what really happened between her and Dumbsville on Discord, and it's stupid because it's not the same screenshot. So you're not going to be able to see what the other person sees if you took different screenshots. Um, this is what I'm talking about right here. Not this exact one, but this arc right here with the Discord conversation. And I'm gonna talk about why in the description. Also, it's to the point where KiryuuuAi had her brother in the video. I don't know how exactly it happened, but I'm not happy, and I'm especially not happy with Dumbsville because you three idiots, you Nico, Dumbsville, and Bagaduce, out of so many people who jumped in, you're groomers. I have Kiryu saying, I believe all hearsay. Plus, just a robot says Sonic93 made a death threat in a clip, and that's basically what she was saying. Um, sorry, that's what they were saying. Excuse me. The thing is, just a robot was mentioned in the video. Kiryu said, according to Just a Robot, Sonic93 made a death threat and never elaborated. It's just a matter of if pigeons could lie, then you know why and how the accuser narratives landed without real context. This is how I feel right here. So I got Miles Esworth slash Mitsurugi saying, your ignorance and claims are quite invigorating, actually. And they are. Because it's like you're trying to entertain people by showing how quote unquote stupid Sonic93 is, only to show how stupid you are and how messed up you are from brainwashing her. And Jar, just a robot, your chrome dome self, you're sitting there trying to get away from it all, acting like, like I never knew these people. Meanwhile, they're like, oh, I can believe whatever the hell I want and say this about Sonic93 because you were there and you were there and she was there and they were there. And you can't just click your heels like Dorothy and magically show that Sonic93 is to blame for everything. That's like me saying that, oh, Dumbsville is a pedophile. And I know for a fact that Dumbsville is a pedophile because this person told me. I don't remember, nor do I know or think that Dumbsville is a pedophile. I really don't know. That's not for me to say, and it wouldn't be fair because I don't have any evidence. And if someone says it, I have to look into it to see whether they're bullshitting or not. Do you see what I'm saying? But going into this, I'm going to talk about the brother a bit. You had no right to bring your brother into this. In Dumbsville, you had no right to let Kiryuuu bring their brother into this. 2505. I'm going to talk about the threat at the end. Um, Here we go.
So yeah, he didn't even copy and paste anything from Round 1. By the way, I decided to have my little brother help me out with the commentary of the Discord messages. Say hi.
What the fuck? Whoa! Whoa, excuse my French. What the hell? You got your family involved? I had to timestamp. You got your family involved. Dumbsville, I should say, got your family involved. No. Dumbsville got you to get your family involved. Oh, okay. Okay, let's just do this again. I am so unhappy. That's when my brain was just going all over the place. They're both responsible for their brother getting involved, technically. But Dunsville is the one who's most responsible. I really am.
Copy and paste anything from Round 1. By the way, I decided to have my little brother help me out with the commentary of the Discord messages. Say hi, Aki.
Hello.
Yeah, enough of him. Let's go.
I did not copy paste Audwin's video. If anything, I literally said in the video that I wasn't.
And this is the thing. This is stupid. This is weaponizing minors and kids. And I say that Kiryuuu is responsible, not on the same level as Dunsville, but because that's your brother, that's your family. You had some awareness that, hey, it's not a good idea to get your brother involved because apparently, according to the accusations, Sonic93 is a criminal, so he's quote unquote dangerous and all those things, and you didn't let that sink in. It just goes to prove that Sonic93 isn't what any of these people said. It's all a lie, just to fabricate and pick on her. Well done. You prove that much. So I'm gonna go to this part before I even get to the threat that Kiryuuu claims that the death threat that Kiryuuu claims that oh my god, just a robot claims Sonic93 said. I'm gonna talk about the image. 30. I'm gonna go to 4433 right here. So 4433. Right here's fine.
To something you haven't even seen the whole thing of. It was literally around 7 minutes in when I mentioned the first time I was going to cover up his video on me. And according to him, he said he was trying to be supportive.
And here's her mistake number 1. She didn't post a full screenshot for all of you to see, which I have right here.
This was already shown in like the beginning, I think. Not the beginning, but like when they and their brother was reading this stuff. And that's beside the point. I got confused because I saw that image before, even in another video. Even when Sonic93 was talking to me, I've seen the messages. So what happened was I put this clarification regarding that Kiryuuu claims Sonic93 didn't post a full screenshot of because I've seen the full screenshot myself. Prior to this video, I thought Kiryuuu was accusing Sonic93 of leaving that screenshot out. No, she was accusing Sonic93 of trimming the screenshot and hiding the rest. I misunderstood because I thought at times I was watching the screenshots from Sonic93's video and not Kiryuuu. It got confusing for me, so I guess that's my mistake. The thing is, people trim Sonic93's videos. The issue with Kiryuu's video is the same with most, if not all, accusers. The full length mark of Sonic93's videos are not always shown in their videos. And they tend to show what they claim isn't present in her videos when it actually is. And they also claim something is there when it never was. So let's take a look at this image right here. Dumbsville has said, so me making a resurrection of Sonic93 video at the top. And down here, he said, I'm not trying to guilt trip you. This is genuinely how I feel. And I commented on your video, and you can see the rest right here. I'm going to go down and show you why there's a problem. This is what I put. This is due to purposely leaving out context. Failing to watch the entire video and narrating over what is actually there, but with their own spin on Sonic93's words. If you notice, the length of the Sonic93 accuser videos I watch and react to are included in my videos, basically. The screenshot Kiryuuu trimmed, I have seen before. I should not have said trimmed. That's my mistake. I'm going to edit that. I meant included because it was embedded in my head that they were claiming that Sonic93 trimmed the image when the full one was quote unquote there, which is not true. So I apologize for this. KiryuuuAi's claim Sonic93 didn't post a full screenshot for us to see. Clearly Photoshop. That's in the video. False. If the screenshot were trimmed, the messages in Sonic93's image and the one Kiryuuu showed would have been in identical order. Now I'm gonna show this right here. Going back. Oh my god, I do not like that. It's right here. Oh my god, freaking objection in Japanese. Let's do this.
Mentioned the first time I was going to cover up his video on me. And according to him, he said he was trying to be supportive.
I don't dislike people saying Ngaiti. It's just a fact of the matter that it's strange how Kiryuuu doesn't have objection and is bragging throughout the video to the point of, I don't know, showing that the Japanese version is superior. I don't know. Kiryuuu bragged in this video, and the one thing a lot of people do, like Dumbsville especially and Just a Robot, is they brag when they're talking about Sonic93. It's like, why do you brag so much? You do more bragging. I'm not saying bragging is a crime. It's just that you focus so much more on that when, right here, you're not even focused on the errors you made. You're trying to fabricate over it when this is not the same image. It's not. So at the top, I'm not trying to guilt trip you. You can see this is a different image. So no, Sonic93 didn't Photoshop or trim this away from that image. No, she did not. This is a different image. So we go down right here. Sonic93's image. Dumbsville starts with, I'm not trying, another typo, to guilt trip you. This is genuinely how I feel. I commented on your video. What more do you want me to do? The image ends with Sonic93's image of Dumbs defensively saying, I was trying to be supportive. KiryuuuAi's image, or the one they showed, I'm guessing that's Dumbsville's image. Then that's another thing. Dumbsville starts with, so me making a resurrection of Sonic93 video, inviting you onto the John Gray video, inviting you onto my podcast, etc., meant nothing to you. Then Kiryuu's screenshot ends with Dumbsville saying, I'm not trying to guilt trip you. This is genuinely how I feel. I commented on your video. What more do you want me to do? Oh, hi, Red. Why KiryuuuAi's claim of Sonic93 photoshopping to hide evidence is wrong. Kiryuuu, this is to you. First of all, you cannot, at least by normal means, I guess, post the entirety of long Discord conversations in a video without taking screenshots or breaking it into separate images. It's gonna take up space unless you find a way to minimize it into a pocket dimension. Now, one thing I meant to say was, at times a lot of people do clip their conversations, but they clip from the site on their computer. They clip from the length that is shown. So if you click the display length of your messages, that's not even fabricating by default. If you can't clip it all and you're just trying to go into context with what happened and you're leaving out something else that might not be important, that does not count as automatically hiding something, but it could result to that. It could. It depends on the context. Like, for example, if I'm talking about, Dumbsville threatening Mike Tyson for whatever reason, and I'm like, oh, Dumbsville didn't do it, and there's a conversation between him and me, and he is like, I don't know, this is a stupid, okay, let me make a better example. Let's say it's me talking crap about Dumbsville, and someone clips my message, and they leave out the beginning that says, oh, Dumbsville sucks, and I badmouth his family or whatever, hypothetically speaking. That's hiding something. If they clip that part and that's when it started and ended, and someone says, oh, you're hiding more evidence, no, they're not, because that's where it started, or that's the focus. Do you get what I'm saying? So really, you can't do this because is going to take up space unless you find a way to minimize it into a pocket dimension. You can't do that. Secondly, the messages in your images do not begin or end on identical planes, as I was trying to say, meaning your images are not the same. There's a difference between viewing, screenshotting, or snipping the same messages on your device versus using the same image and cropping it or editing it to remove what was there. Sonic93 did not, I was supposed to make this whole bowl, but whatever. Sonic93 did not fabricate that image. If she had done that, your image of Dumbsville starting with, I'm not trying to guilt trip you, this is genuinely how I feel, would have started at the top. You used your own nitpicking to project slander onto her. That is a tactic. It's like me accusing you of leaving out your hypothetical friend's McDonald's grocery list in a DM when you were clearly focused on complaining about Wendy's turning into the Mushroom Kingdom instead of Sarasaland. You know where Daisy is? In a different image. Yes, I'm being silly, but do you get my point? Too long didn't read. The image you claimed Sonic93 Photoshop to hide things was not fabricated because your screenshots are not the same. She was highlighting context. You were nitpicking what she may or may not have been highlighted in that single image. Some highlights. And that's the, never mind. That's me basically listing the stop parts of this video. But anywho, people, I noticed that you came at Sonic93 and other people are related just to make accusations to sound cool and act like it's true, all because that person didn't think to do something that they probably didn't need to do. You're nitpicking and you're slandering. That's not okay. This is a hate crime. Dumbsville, you had, oh my god, I was gonna call you Sonic Miku. You had Kiryuuu and their brother involved in a hate crime. You groomed them technically. Indirectly, their brother. You groomed as well. So I go to, oh my freaking god. I go to the whole threat thing. Kiryuuu talks about unrelated stuff and okay, 103.14. This is what gets me so much right here.
Topic.
I make Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelings on crack videos for a living. And they're not, I know they're not really so popular and all, but, like, at least I know comedy and all that. And also, the last clip you posted was a death threat, according to Just Robot.
What? First of all, you were talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And then you jump into a death, what? A death threat? What? What do you? This is the problem. The majority of you accusers, you start talking about yourself so much, you brag so much, you don't get to the freaking point, nor do you intend to. It's a distraction. Nico Royam has done it herself. Death threat? What? What are you talking about? A death threat where? Let's go back.
Topic.
I make Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelings on crack videos for a living. And they're not, I know they're not really so popular and all, but, like, at least I know comedy and all that. And also, the last clip you posted was a death threat, according to Just Robot.
According to Just a Robot? Oh, jeez.
And also,
And I listen to see if they actually do provide context.
Dumbsville's intro clip was like reasonable at like a reasonable length because, full clip of the movie and all that. Really conveys the thing. And what do you mean lose interest? To be honest, it got me more interested in it.
What about the death threat? Why are you talking about Dumbsville and bragging about him and you're not talking about the death threat? This is why I have such a huge problem with people like you motherfuckers who groom folks, especially like Kiryuuu. Because you don't get to the fucking point. You just want people to believe you. You don't care whether they're thinking for themselves or not. That's the big issue. Sonic93 wanted people to think for themselves. Even if she felt like, hey, I'm telling the truth. She wants you to think for yourself. She would probably just go, oh, screw you, asshole, if you don't believe her, and just go on about her business. But no, you folks are like, oh, you gotta believe me, you gotta believe me. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have to say it. I'll say something to make you believe me that Sonic93 is terrible. What the bloody fucking hell is wrong with you? Just a robot, Nico Royam, bag of deuce. I see you, asshole. Dumbsville. Why? I am so incredibly pissed. Do you believe in unity? Because you destroyed a lot of it by weaponizing people. Jar, your chrome dome ass is afraid, just like the next person. Oh my fucking god. Bagaduce, you, Nico, Dunsville, all of you, every single one of you who's ever come after Sonic93. And really, you're not just afraid. You just want to make yourselves look good and live with that trophy mindset. Because what about the people who threatened Sonic93, huh? You didn't dare talk about them? Why didn't you, huh? I talked about the threat that I saw that was made on Dumbsville in a different video. Yes, I did. Because I was concerned. So you can't talk about people who threaten Sonic93, but you can sit there and make a little tidbit accusation like it happened, all because, oh, this person said it about Sonic93. Just a Robot, Dunsville, Bag of Deuce, Nico Royam, whoever has come after Sonic93, if you don't make a fucking video to explain that Sonic93 made a threat and why and how, if you don't show the evidence, that automatically means you were lying about everything. I already know you were lying, but I want to hear your side. I want you to speak. You ain't telling the truth. This will prove it. Because guess what? Kiryuuu and the fact that their brother got dragged into this is proof that you were weaponizing and making up lies. Because the narratives, they fall very flat right here, especially. Why do you have a minor and their brother, or someone very young and their brother getting involved, Dumbsville? Just a robot. If you claimed for real that Sonic93 told a threat, did you show it? Because you're in trouble too if you're the one who said it. If you're not the one who said it, just a robot, you need to speak against it because that would be slander towards you. That would mean that you and Sonic93 were both slandered, even though you helped to slander her as well. Oh my god. You throw each other under the bus even worse than I've seen. Even worse than Sonic93 pointing it out. Before I finish this up, I'm going to say this. Look, if you don't like somebody, if you don't like Sonic93, it's okay if you don't want to listen to her videos, her fangirl over silver, whatever. You don't like her, just flip the channel. If she is in danger and you can clearly see it, you need to say something because it could happen to you. She's a human being in need. Technically speaking, also, Kiryuuu and their brother are human beings in need because they were technically dragged in, even though Kiryuuu was the one who directly pulled their brother in. I don't know how exactly it happened, meaning that I don't know if Dunsville said, yeah, totally go for it, or what. The fact of the matter is, Dunsville condoned it. Oh my god. Seriously, you're all human beings. Why did you go and attack Sonic93? What the hell was the point? Are you fucking insane? Yes, most of you are. Yes. And this is funny to you? I'll tell you what's funny. The fact that you four right here are very pathetic. And you can't even defend yourselves unless someone else, bumps into you. And then you lie about them. You are so happy with lying in reality and making your fantasy come true that everyone has to live by your rules. They're either to agree with you or they get kicked out and you call them out for the stupidest reasons. Is that it? So I'm going to make a follow-up video displaying the mindset of the Sonic93 accusers. And this is also a general way of showing how people think in general, basically. I said general twice. in situations where they attack people, my mind is about to shut down. I'm sorry, because I don't want any of you going through this, but you did this. This is kind of political right here, you know. If you get what I'm saying, this is what some people do in politics. They do propaganda. The Sonic93 situation is dangerous propaganda. Sonic93 is the main victim. She's not the only victim, but she's the main one because they're all going after her. I'm not going to say Sonic93 did absolutely nothing wrong in her entire life. That would be bullshit because she's made mistakes. But when it comes to the accusations, they're lies. You lied about her. You put her in danger. You put each other in danger. And Kiryuuu, I don't know how exactly old you were back then, but please don't ever talk to Dumbsville again. Stay out of the Sonic93 situation. If you got something to say, please say it in the video. Please. But other than that, distance yourself from your quote unquote idols because they weaponized you. And you and your brother would have to remember this for the rest of your lives. Regardless of what Dumbsville has ever given you, it doesn't matter. It does not matter if Dumbsville looked like your best friend. The fact of the matter is, he was not your best friend. He used you. I've had a best friend and another use me. And I tell you, and I'm saying this to you, Kiryuuu, this person was a woman who had no idea what was going on in our server. I'm talking about the Zion situation. If you've seen my older videos, Zion was someone who owned that server and had me as one of plenty of admins in there. And he brought outside drama into the server in which one of his friends broke up with, or rather, the girl broke up with one of his friends, and the servant was dating the same person who got kicked out. So what happened was they were keeping things a secret from her, and I did not want Zion to keep it a secret because she's a human being and we be screwing with her, and then I'd be screwing with her just by listening to Zion saying, oh, please keep it a secret. Like, don't tell her in the server. I'm letting her in. It's like I had tried to urge him not to do certain things. And I don't care if you're my best friend or what. I'm going to call you out if you're wronging anybody, even if they happen to be a stranger. As long as I know the truth, I'm going to call you out. So what happened was, this girl broke down crying when we told her the truth because I told Zion he needed to tell her. And we both did. And she was actually thankful that we broke the news to her. But it got to the point where Zion did sort of what people did to Sonic93. He went after me and he tried to get one of my friends to turn on me. She wouldn't do it. But then he attacked her for being LGBTQ and then tried to say, you're trying to get me to support trans all because of his religion and stuff. It's not really because of religion, really. It's because he's the type of person who hides behind the religion that's not really strictly saying, oh, you can't support trans. But he dictated that. Tried to say, oh, transgenders are bad. And I hated it. It's okay if you don't agree with certain things in the world or certain people, especially, but do not dictate that, especially on to Sonic93. She's Muslim, but you people went and attacked her the same way Zion attacked my friend, and you started painting a bad picture over us. So when it comes back down to Zion, he got to the point where he pretended I went after his friend and the girl who thanked us. The girl actually confirmed one way or another that I didn't do anything wrong technically, and that this stuff wasn't true. I mean, I tell you, I tell you, I'm sorry, my brain is shutting down. I'm livid. I'm freaking tired of it. Okay. The girl I spoke with, she had confirmed before that all that stuff happened, that I wasn't doing anything wrong, but she was feeling overwhelmed by different things because it was major, the drama itself, and she wanted to be free. And I didn't blame her for it. I'm not telling you everything because it's pretty personal, and I'm not giving away her name. But the whole thing with Zion saying, "Oh, I threatened him" or whatever, and then saying, "Oh, her boyfriend is gonna pull a gun on me," it wasn't true. None of it was true because the boyfriend, he didn't want any problems with me. He wanted peace because he was confused as to why I didn't like him, and I didn't like him because Zion was saying he was a troublemaker, and I went by false evidence. Even though the guy was doing things he shouldn't have done in the server and causing drama, he was being a clown, but he wasn't being malicious. And I feel bad about it. You know? I was weaponized. I was fooled. It got to the point where Zion finally left me alone because my friend, who I met through him, she exposed him. And he got sad to the point where he was blaming his Asperger's. And then I'm like, right now, this reminds me of Dumbsville. Because Dumbsville, don't you have autism? You may say I'm a total meanie for calling you out and stuff. No, because Dumbsville, a lot of the things you did, you were aware of, and you are aware of. You would have said, "I'm sorry, I didn't understand what I did." That guy did. The difference between you and Zion stems to this: Zion made a suicidal threat to guilt trip me and my friend before he threw in the towel and apologized or whatever. You, you never took responsibility. You just vanished or got quiet. And you want people to live in your lie. Here's the question. Do you want people to live in your lie? And this is a question that all of you accusers went out to Sonic93. Even you fan brats on DeviantArt who threatened her. All of you. Anywhere you posted about Sonic93, these lies. Do you want people to live in your lies, lying for you only to get hurt? Or do you want to speak the truth and for us to breathe freedom and reality? Which one? Again, Kiryuuuu was weaponized. Their brother got dragged in. Are you okay with that? I sure as hell am not. You could have gotten Sonic93 killed, and one way or another, you could have gotten some crazy ass fan, whether they're on Dumbsville or Sonic93 side, coming at the Kiryuuuu and getting them hurt. Do you understand? Do you fucking understand? I'll see you in the next episode. Actually, wait, Jar? Now is the time for you to speak. I can't make any of you speak, but if you value human beings, you value life, you value freedom, why don't you stick with that instead of leading people on? Peace out.